Thanks for
phone
trying.
line
All right, we
is.
have Mark calling back. Mark was calling from
Like,
Bangladesh with a
yeah.
question or comment about religious violence. So you're back, Mark. Thank you for calling back.
Hey, Matt. I'm so excited to be on your show. Uh, I interviewed you a couple of times on my show. I don't know if you remember me, but
Yeah.
a lot of you remember me, right?
Yes, we're here. I remember. Go ahead.
So a lot of I would like to share a lot of things that has happened in my country, and one of the things is the extremists taking over. So our government fell, and now the religious extremists are taking over, and we are not like not allowed to speak our minds. Like freedom of speech is totally out of the question. And like countries like Afghanistan, Pakistan, Bangladesh, it's a big issue that religious violence. So I would like to put this thought how you how to deal with this, and if you are aware of this part of the world, how we handle this. Because you know that
I
we're
don't know enough.
ostracized.
I don't
Okay,
know enough about what's going on, but I also don't know what to do.
Are you saying that in
right.
Bangladesh the secular government fell and or you're saying that there's religious violence against, because Bangladesh has a, last I checked, has a secular parliamentary system. Is
Right.
that
The
incorrect?
Constitution, yes,
Yeah.
actually it's a paradox because the Constitution says we are secular, but it also says Islam is the religion, is the state religion. So that
Right.
in itself it's a paradox.
Sure. Sure. Which party is in power over there?
Right now, Dr. Yunus is in power. But he's backed by the other party. It's it was the party that was against our independence, and
Sorry, who
the
did you
Jamaat
say?
Islam.
Who's the prime minister right now? Is that who are you saying? Or are you saying the president?
He's not. He's not. No, he's not elected or anything. He's just in charge right now. So uh, the head of
What's
the
his? I mean,
government.
what's his official position? I'm just trying to very brief. I haven't
Okay,
talked much or looked into Bangladesh in a while, so I'm just. What's his position in the
right.
government that he's in charge? Is he president? Is he
So,
prime minister?
so,
Is he nothing?
no, it's like the chief. I'm not exactly sure what the position is, but the chief of government uh, right now. So it's
So
not
what
So
happened to the
really a
according to
prime
form.
minister?
Wikipedia, Bangladesh has a president, Mohammed Shahabuddin,
Yeah,
and then
he
a
Uh-huh.
can't
chief
do anything.
advisor who is Mohammed
Chief,
Yunus, and a chief
exactly.
justice
He's a
who
chief
is Id
advisor.
Rifat Ahmed. Oh, never mind. I just won't talk.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Matt. He's the chief advisor, Dr. Yunus.
But the president is symbolic in Bangladesh, right? The prime minister is the one with the actual power. So how does the president's chief advisor have any power?
The president has no power. The
Yeah.
chief advisor has all the power, and all the other advisors right
So
now
I'm
they're in
asking.
power. Yeah. So that's how our government is working right now.
Okay. Is that how
According
it's
to
supposed to
Wikipedia,
work? Good.
according to Wikipedia, the president is the commander in chief of Bangladesh Armed Forces. Is that not true?
Yes, theoretically that's true, but in practice, the even the armed forces they're they're being controlled by extremist Muslim uh, leaders, the Jamaat Islam. They're controlling
Okay.
everything.
So I'm wondering. I just want to figure out what we're trying to get to because obviously Jimmy and I have no real like an eyedropper's worth of understanding of Bangladesh and Bangladeshi culture and Bangladeshi government. Um, but I also don't know what we can do or talk about.
Yeah, I just wanted to share with you the atrocities and like how we don't have freedom of speech. Our society is not willing to accept any uh, views that goes against their views. So this is like a society that's um, terrible for non-believers like us,
Okay.
like me. So just wanted to share that
Yeah,
with
I'm
you
I'm
guys.
hoping I'm hoping that our country doesn't become like that.
Right.
What is it people can do? Because I've talked to you and others before in Bangladesh, and
Yes,
they were atheists who were killed for speaking out. Um,
exactly.
People under threat.
Bloggers who were killed. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, just
What
for
is it?
writing against Islam.
What what option do any of you have to correct the direction that your government has gone? Because if we learn no other lesson, it may be
Mhm.
to act before it's too late.
No, what we're trying to like do shows like you do, and and become aware of uh, like like most people they haven't read the Quran, and they don't know. They just say that it's word of God and it's perfect, impeccable. But once they start reading, just like Christians come on your show, and we try to do the same, and we say that go ahead and read your Quran, and then they say that there's translations are wrong, or there's other explanation and things like that. And then when they don't have any reason, they don't have any argument. They the the last thing they do is try to um, become violent. So that's their last resort to save their religion. That's what we are facing.
Do you think you and other atheists in Bangladesh, um, what do you, I mean, I know you're trying to get information out, and
Hmm.
that
Yes.
maybe the next step might, involve violence, but um, setting aside atheism and just going with general opposition to Islam or to an Islamic sort of, caliphate government type thing,
Hmm.
what options do you and the people who agree with you have? I mean, you're not going to be able to change the government. It is violent revolution the only option that's left, and you just have to build towards it?
I think yes. I think
I,
the
I, I'm
only option.
okay. Sorry, I have to kind of because I'm confused because what knowledge I did have I was trying to like piece together things, but okay. So now the things that we need to fill in is back in August. There were basically massive protests which forced your prime minister, who was the prime minister for a while, to resign.
Hmm.
That was the head of the government. That's where this guy Eunice comes in. More than the chief
Right.
advisor, is basically the head of an interim government. This Eunice person who
Correct.
is running your government is far more progressive than the old government. So it seems to me that it's heading the correct direction. Is that wrong? Because like
Um.
just what I'm pulling up on Human Rights Watch, which is the first place I was checking to try and piece together these things that seem to have been missing. It actually seems like Eunice is, for example, trying to figure out what happened with all the forced disappearances, and end anything related to that kind of stuff. So I guess I'm very confused.
No. The thing is the way he came into power. So he uh, all the advisors and the students who were behind the revolution for overthrowing our former prime minister. So it's a meticulous design that he planned, and
Right, but it kind of sounds like
yeah,
you're saying there was a bit of a violent revolution and pushback with him at the front to stop the like disappearances, all the extrajudicial killings. There was
mhm,
torture, there was all kinds of stuff going on, and that he headed basically, I don't know what you want to call it, a coup, a protest that resulted in him taking
yes,
power. And it's as an interim government, and that you will have elections to decide somebody new. So to me, when you're asking like what you should do, I am not there, so I can't say certainly. But with the information I have, which with a little intro on you, with the little bit of history I knew about the area, and now also pulling up the Human Rights Watch stuff, it sort of seems to me like the thing you want to be doing is supporting the pathway to that election for when the interim government is no longer necessary, and otherwise be supportive of the movements that are, or of the portions of that government that were literally ending like these really bad human rights violations.
Right. What we want is a democratic government, fair and election that is supported by people, and a government that's elected by people. And we want
and that's
to correct
meant to happen at some point, correct?
Yes, but we want this to be fair and free.
Sure.
And we also want the Constitution to reflect all those things that we want, like free speech, freedom of religion expression, and atheists to live, atheists or any other, like Hindus, Christians, all live together, right?
So if the call came with the question of what you should do, I would say the next step to support, because you can only do one thing at a time, is whatever is necessary to make sure that those elections happen and support those elections. As I mean, they're going to need lots of people to be vote counters, to staff voting locations, all that kind of stuff. Get involved as much as you can while keeping your an ear out for how these movements and things are extending. But like I said, it sounds like as far as like getting closer, it seems like things actually are going that direction. Not to say that they're great. I'm sure like a progressive Bangladeshi overturning like the super violent human rights. I mean, if they're still fundamentally Muslim, I'm sure that there are shortcomings from what their government's going to be, but I would be, it seems like y'all are headed up while we're headed down. Not to say that y'all are in a better spot than we are right now. Certainly you are not. But it does seem like yours is at least going the right direction.
No. I would like to think we're going towards the right direction, but in reality, it's not. So it's all like under control of fundamentalists, and I don't think there's going to be a fair election ever. But
Yunus isn't himself a fundamentalist, correct?
No, he's not. But he came to power through those people. So he's
sure, and through force, which is the thing you were kind of asking, and it's kind of one of those things. Exactly. If you go to war with the people you have, not the people you want, and the force, the when your Khan asks like, is a violent revolution something we should consider or whatever? It sounds like you guys already kind of did the step you needed to there because you overthrew the less progressive government.
I'm asking, is it the only option we have, or should we take more time and see what the government does?
Yunus is committed to elections in late 25, early 26. I would say, unless you have a good reason to believe that that's a lie now, I'd get to the elections and do what you can in the meantime to support other people and again, try to see if you can support the infrastructure of that election. But again, like I'm giving you my from America, very basic. I was more familiar with Bangladesh a few years ago and what was going on over there. Was surprised I hadn't even heard about this revolutionary protest thing until literally now. But yeah, I mean, from what I can tell, unless there's crazy information we're missing, get to the elections, man.
Yes. Yeah, Matt was with us a few months ago, and back then it wasn't that bad when Matt was with us, and since then a lot of things happen. And right now I would like to get this out so people know what we're going through, and if it's possible, you guys, I want your moral support so we can pull this through. Yeah, thank you so much.
Bangladesh is part of enough international organizations that are going to hold them to it too. So there's that as well.
Yeah. Thank you so much,
Mark. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.